You are a foolish old man, Mr. Coy. Mr. Shiva, begin the record. Court is now in session. Mr. Coy, I ask you to give us the name of the man who cried out Mr. Thomas Putnam a common murderer.
Your Honor, he's given the story in confidence and he...
Excellency.
Mr. Hale?
We cannot blink it more. There is a prodigious fear of the court in this country.
Then there's prodigious guilt in this country. Are you afraid to be questioned here?
I may only fear the Lord, sir, but there is a fear in the country nevertheless.
Approach me not with the fear in the country. There's a fear in the country because there's a moving part to topple Christ in the country.
But it does not follow that everyone accused be part of it.
No innocent man may fear this court, Mr. Hale. None. Mr. Coy, I declare you under arrest for contempt of this court. Now sit you down and take counsel with yourself, or you will be sent into jail until you decide to answer any and all questions.
No, Giles!
I'm coming for one! I'll kill you again!
Peace, Giles, peace.
Say nothing more, sir! He's only playing you! He means to kill us all!
Prove it all now, Giles.
This is a court of law, mister. I'll have no effrontery here.
Forgive him, sir. Forgive him. For his old age. Peace, Giles. Prove it all now. You cannot weep, Mary. Remember what the angel said. Remember it? Hold to it. Let it be your rock. This is Mary Warren's deposition. Now, I ask you to please remember that until 2 weeks ago, she was no different than these children are today. You saw her scream. She howled. She swore familiar spirits choked her. She even testified that Satan, in the form of women now in jail, tried to kill her.
Aye, we know all this.
Aye. She swears she never saw Satan or any spirit vague or clear. Satan may have sent to hurt her, or anything. And she declares that her friends are lying now.
Excellency, a moment. I think this goes to the heart of the matter, sir.
It certainly does.
I cannot judge him guilty or innocent, I know not, but I cannot think a claim so weighty can be made by a farmer.
Now look you, Mr. Hale.
Excellency, I have signed 72 death warrants. I am a minister of the Lord, and I dare not take a life without there be proof so immaculate, not even the slightest qualm of conscience may doubt it.
Surely you do not doubt my justice, Mr. Hale.
Excellency, I
She's
have
not
this
judging.
morning signed away the soul of Rebecca Nurse. And I tell you true, sir, my hand shakes as yet with a wound. I beg you, sir, stop here. Let him come again with a lawyer.
Mr. Hale, believe me, for a man of such terrible learning, you are most bewildered. I hope you forgive me. I am 42 years of law, and I would be confounded if I were called upon to defend these people. That you consider, and I bid you all do likewise. In ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? He calls up witnesses to prove his innocence. But witchcraft is ipso facto, on its face and by its nature, an invisible crime. So who is there to witness it? The witch and her victim, none other. Now, we cannot hope the witch will accuse herself, granted. So we must rely upon the testimony of the victims, and they testify, the girls certainly testify. As for the witches, none will argue we are most eager for their confessions. Therefore, what else is there for a lawyer to bring out? I think I have made my point, Mr. Hale, have I not?
Excellency, if this child claims the girls are lying...
That is precisely what I'm about to consider, Mr. Hale. What more may you ask of me? Unless you doubt my propriety.
I surely do not, sir. Let you consider it, then.
And let you put your heart at ease.
I should like to question...
Mr. Pierce, I bid you be silent. Mr. Cheever, go into the courtroom and fetch the children. Mr. Proctor, sit down. Abigail Williams, approach. How came you to this turnabout? Did Mr. Parker threaten you for this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No, sir.
Has he threatened you?
No, sir.
So you tell me, you sat in my court, callously lying when you knew that people would hang by your evidence? Answer me.
I did, sir.
How were you instructed in your life? Do you not know that God damns all liars? Or is it now that you lie?
I'm with God now, sir.
You with God now?
Sir.
I tell you straight, Mary Ward. You are either lying now, or you were lying in the court. And either way, you have committed perjury, and you will go to jail. You cannot lightly say you lied, Mary Ward.
I cannot lie no more. I'm with God. I am with God.
Yes, sir. Sit you down, children. I have a deposition from your friend Mary Ward. In which she states that she never saw any spirits, apparitions, nor any manifests of the devil. Likewise, she states none of you have seen these things either. Now, children, this is a court of law. The law based upon the Bible, and the Bible, writ by the Almighty God, forbids the practice of witchcraft, and describes death as the penalty thereof. But likewise, children, the Bible also damns all liars and bears a false witness. Now, it does not escape me that this deposition may be an attempt to blind you. It may well be that Mary Ward has been conquered by Satan, who sends her here to distract us from our sacred purpose. If so, her neck will break for it. But if she speak truth, I bid you drop your guiles and confess your pretense, for a quick confession will go easier with you. Edgar Williams, rise. What say you to this deposition?
She's lying.
Children, an auger bit will be turned into your souls until your innocence is proved. Do either of you wish to change your plea?
I have not changed, sir. She lies.
You would go on with this?
Sir.
Abigail Williams, a puppet was found in Mr. Proctor's house. Mary Ward states that you sat beside her when she made the puppet, that you saw her make it, and that you witnessed her stab the puppet herself with a needle for safekeeping. But say,
It is a lie.
when you walked to Mr. Proctor's house, did you ever see any puppets?
Goody Proctor always kept puppets.
Your Honor, my wife never kept no puppets. But everyone confesses it was her puppet.
Your Excellency,
Isn't she one?
when I talked to Goody Proctor in that house, she said she didn't keep puppets. However, she did say she kept puppets when she was a little girl.
She's not been a girl these 15 years, Your Honor.
But puppets will keep 15 years, will it not?
They'll keep it if it's kept. Mary Warren swears it was her puppet. She never saw no other puppets, nor anyone else.
Why could there not have been puppets hid where no one would find them?
Might also been two golden candlesticks hidden where no one could find them.
We are here, Your Honor, precisely to discover what has never been seen.
Mr. Danforth, what proof Mary wanted to get from turning herself about, but her questioning or worse?
Mr. Proctor, you're charging Abigail Williams with a marvelous cruel plot to murder. Do you understand that?
I do, sir. At least she needs the murder.
This child would murder your wife.
It was not a child. She was cited twice this year in the deposition for laughter during prayer.
What's this? Laughter during prayer.
Excellency.
You deny, Mr. Pierce?
I do believe it has happened once. She is often silly, but she is solemn now.
I've now seen Solomon goes to hang people!
Quiet, man.
I see not how it bear on question. He charges her with contemplation of murder. Ah,
But it does strike hard on me that she would laugh during prayer. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Mary, I'll tell the governor how you dance in the woods.
Excellency, since I arrived in the village, man is blaspheming my name. He...
In a moment, Mr. Barris. What is this dancing, Mary Warren?
Mr. Proctor?
Your Honor, Abigail Williams will lead them to the woods. They dance there naked.
Abigail?
Excellency, when I arrived from Beverly, Mr. Paris told me that.
Mr. Paris?
I can only say that I never discovered any of them naked. And this
You
man...
saw them dancing.
Aye, sir. Excellency, if you will permit me.
Pray proceed.
You say you never saw familiar spirits, Mary Warren, were never afflicted by any manifest of the devil or the devil's agents.
Oh, sir.
Yet, when those accused of butchery would confront you in court, you would faint, saying they had sent their spirits out upon you.
Our pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretense, sir.
Yet you did turn cold, did you not? I myself had picked you up many times and found your skin were icy.
I have also seen that, yes.
They're only pretending, sir. They're all marvelous pretenders.
Then can she pretend now?
Now?
Why not? There are no spirits afflicting her now, for surely none here are accused of witchcraft. So why not? Why not prove to us how she could turn so cold? Why not faint? Faint!
Faint.
I faint! Prove to us how you so many times tricked the court.
I cannot faint now, sir.
You're not pretended?
I have no sense of it now.
Why? What is lacking now?
I cannot tell.
Is it possible that here there are no afflicting spirits loose, but in court there was some?
I never saw no
And
spirits.
see no spirits now. Prove to us that you can faint on will as you so claim.
I cannot do it. I cannot.
Then you will confess, will you not? Attacking spirits made you faint.
No, sir,
Your Excellency will not be tricked by the simple lie.
It's not a lie. I used to faint because I thought I saw spirits.
Thought you saw them?
I did not, Your Honor.